all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Good morning and thanks for listening in. This is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint and I'm Lakshmi. Today is the 18th of November. Here's everything you need to know. India continued to report COVID-19 cases at a slower pace than in recent months. The daily additions in the 24 hours to 8 a.m. yesterday stayed below the 30,000 mark and in fact was the lowest since the middle of July. The total tally now stands at 88.7 lakh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is keen to attract foreign investment to modernize India's urban centers as India rebuilds its economy after the COVID-19 pandemic halted activity. In his speech at the Bloomberg New Economy Forum, Modi said that COVID-19 has given governments the chance to accelerate the process of making cities more livable for people. Goldman Sachs has revised India's GDP forecast for the ongoing financial year as the Global Investment Bank expects economic activity to normalize faster than estimated provided an effective COVID-19 vaccine is made available. The global financial services provider expects India's gross domestic product to contract 10.3% in the current financial year against a contraction of 14.8% that was forecast in September. GDP growth is estimated at 13% in the next financial year compared with a 15.7% projected earlier. Crystal Ratings has said that about 99% of large corporates are not planning to opt for the Reserve Bank of India's one-time debt restructuring scheme. The rating agency said this in a report and said that about two-thirds of such entities are eligible based on analysis of 3,523 firms, each with a total loan exposure of more than 25 crore rupees. Improving business sentiment on account of increased economic activity over the past couple of months and the expectation of a sharp recovery next financial year are persuading borrowers to skip the one-time restructuring. Not all is looking up though, especially not in the aviation space. Malaysian airline AirAsia Group is reviewing investments in its cash-starved Indian affiliate just hours after its Japan unit filed for bankruptcy. Bo Lingam, who is president of airlines at AirAsia Group, said in a statement on its website that cost containment and reducing cash burns remain key priorities evident by the recent closure of AirAsia Japan and an ongoing review of investments into AirAsia India. In international markets, oil fell amid broader market declines while traders weighed the potential for OPEC Plus to delay a planned easing of output cuts. While headline prices have gained on the growing prospect of an effective COVID-19 vaccine in recent days, an OPEC Plus panel said the group should consider holding off on easing bumper production curbs by 3 to 6 months. Saudi Arabia's energy minister said that market recovery is looking resilient in Asia and a vaccine means that things will become a little more predictable. Equity markets in the US fell, but not by much, as COVID-19 cases there continue to rise unabated. All three averages there ended lower by 0.6% or less. And equities in the Asia-Pacific region have started mixed, with two of the three early risers starting in the green, but not significantly in the green. The Japanese benchmark was the odd one out, falling as much as 0.9% last I checked. And with that, it's over to Hormuz Fatakia for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Hormuz. How are we looking today?
Good morning to you, Alex, and to those tuning in as well. The markets continue to surge higher, although they faced some resistance at higher levels, but managed to register yet another closing high. The Nifty is now just over 100 points away from hitting the 13,000 mark, something that analysts had projected as a medium-term target. But that seems to be a slightly difficult task for the bulls, at least for now. F&O data suggests that the 13,000 call strike of this week's expiry has close to 40 lakh shares in open interest. So Mount 13,000 might be slightly steep or slope to climb, at least for the time being. Well, only time will tell. Let me run you through some specific stocks, and I'll start off with Lakshmi Vilas Bank. After months of speculation of a proposed deal with Clicks Capital, the Reserve Bank of India has finally put the cash-strapped lender under moratorium for a period of 1 month. Deposit withdrawals have been capped at 25,000 rupees. The central bank has outlined a scheme to merge the lender's operations with DBS Bank India. On its part, DBS has said that on approval of the scheme, it will infuse a sum of 2,500 crore rupees from its existing resources into its India unit to support the amalgamation. Some other stocks in focus include IRCTC, which has cancelled the running of 2 Tejas Express trains due to low occupancy, DLF, which has been recognized as an index component of the Dow Jones Sustainability Indices in the emerging markets category, IIFL Securities, which will be considering a share buyback proposal on the 20th of November, and Tanla Platforms, where Amansa Investments acquired 3% stake, while the American Funds Insurance acquired over 6% stake at 391 rupees a share. The stock has been gaining over the last 4 trading sessions ever since it was included in the MSCI India Domestic Small Cap Index. Stocks that are in the F&O band for today's session are BHEL, Canara Bank, Indiabulls Housing Finance, JSPL, LIC Housing Finance, SAIL, Sun TV and Tata Steel, which was the top Nifty gainer on Tuesday. The other major Nifty gainer on Tuesday was Tata Motors, which is now out of the F&O ban. Some buzzing stocks from Tuesday's session. Snowman Logistics continues to rise and shine. The stock ended another 10% higher on Tuesday, taking its overall 7-day tally to 70%. Adani Group stocks are on a roll as well. Adani Green, Adani Gas, Adani Transmission and Adani Enterprises ended at a record high on Tuesday, while Adani Ports ended at the highest level since January this year. And Astral Poly, which also ended at a record high on Tuesday, ending with gains of over 14%, its biggest single-day jump since March this year. Early ticks on the SGX Nifty indicated that the index traded 20 points lower around the mark of 12,880. Do log into BloombergQuint.com to keep yourselves up to date on the latest happenings in the world of markets and beyond. With that, I wish you a safe day ahead, and it's back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Hormuz, and as always, thank you all for listening in. That's all we have for you in this podcast, but as always, there's a lot more on the website, BloombergQuint.com, so don't forget to check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.